You want to be able to give a human the credit. We have no problem paying salespeople more. It has to roll to a human for whom it's doing work. Being able to change behavior en masse that way, there's never been anything like this.
Clay created a really wonderful thing.
Totally agree. And not just the product.
No, not just the product. They've a whole career.
Yeah.
And the entire idea of a go-to-market engineer. What's next for them?
Right. They got Clay and that sort of invented the career. Like, what now?
They're Claude Code curious. They're trying to figure out where they go from here.
What's next? They're in Claude Code. First, they notice it's screaming fast compared to Cowork or Claude Web or whatever. And they have access to the file system. They can use their whole laptop. They can save stuff, which totally changes things when you're creating documents and reading documents as part of your workflow. Then they're like, oh, well, let me grab an export from Salesforce. Let me pull the finance plan in, throw in the granola notes from the sales ops meeting, that Notion page. Oh, okay, now I have that all in one place and I can use Claude Code to kind of mash that up. What makes sense here? What could we change? What are the connections? Do enablement, train sales differently? Like they're looking to have some sort of impact there, but it's really kind of like a knowledge base.
Exactly. There are actually like killer tool set out there, and you're able to use them the way that software engineers do to collaborate and ultimately create an institutional knowledge.
Some of them are really clever and are doing that Jack Dorsey thing.
An understanding of the company that is 2 to 3 times more than you had before, ever.
How much does that knowledge base speak to the company's strategy? What a company is facing, the big bets they're making, the changes. The more they're kind of oriented in that direction, I think the more people are seeing results.
Yeah, it's the company brain.
For sure, for sure. And that brings us to the bridge that they all have to kind of cross right now, which is to do the Jack Dorsey thing, you have to get all of the primary source information to build a picture of what's actually going on.
Yeah, you need it from facts. You need it from prospects, from customers, not just from spreadsheets.
And they get that from plugging in some sort of customer memory layer. Luckily, that's kind of a solved problem.
Solved.
Totally solved.
Love it.
It's solved for some people.
Smart people.
It's solved for the people who had the AI, and everybody else goes out of business.
So, what about actually driving those initiatives? How do go-to-market engineers now actually translate this idea into actual results, actual efficiencies, actual automation?
That word is the whole thing. Automation. Chapter 1 of go-to-market engineering was Clay, amazing. This beautiful open canvas for go-to-market engineers to be really creative and do these amazing projects. I mean, chapter 2 is a whole new thing, which is about deploying AI automation and then being able to harness that and mold that.
Harness. I see what you did there.
It sounds a little weird, but it's true. Like it is the word. You harness with a harness. That's
It's the definition of the word.
words.
Words.
The word being used as the word, I guess. Our customers, the ops people there, are managing an entire agentic workforce. And what's really critical about this, it's a blended workforce where the agents actually roll to humans. It has to be this way. Why do you need this? In sales, everybody does things a little bit differently. There's a shared common core. There's certainly what the company wants the process to be. And then we pay salespeople to be who they are on an individual basis and to have their charm and their flair. It can't be the AI off in a corner, like doing God knows what. You're not going to get any results. You don't have anybody to hold responsible for that. And you don't have any additional work product happening on behalf of the people you're paying. And so you kind of have to have both. You want to be able to give a human the credit. If you want an AI agent to be valuable, it has to roll to a human for whom it's doing work, from whom it is getting coaching, and to whom the credit for the work that it does will actually accrue. Like we have to be able to pay people more and expect more and deploy more capacity per human. We have no problem paying salespeople more per head if they are producing more per head.
Show me the money.
And so for a big company initiative, let's say they've launched a second product and they want to drive attach rates.
And we have several customers who are actually doing this. They're winning, they're on fire. As a product person, I always like to believe that if you put another thing in a seller's bag, that they can't wait to change their behavior and start selling it. But of course, they're not going to on day one. Our customers can actually go in to some sort of harness in Claude Code and say, look, new shit has come to light. This is where we're taking the company. We got to drive attach rates on this. What updates could we make to everybody's rig here that would gently, graciously, but really effectively drive this product into these deals in the right way and drive these attach rates without having to change anybody's behavior, because it's now just the default and it will just bleed into the follow-up emails, but only the right ones. It will bleed into the meeting prep, but only at the right moments in the deal, right? Only when the customer is really a good fit for it. So being able to change behavior en masse that way in a really elegant, effective way, measure it, iterate on that, there's never been anything like this.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it happen here at
Right.
Day, so I know it's doable and it's actually not as insane as it sounds. But when you say it, it sounds crazy.
Yes, I have said a thing that sounds insane.
Yeah, and it's not the first time.
It will not be the last. It will not be the last. But it's real. I mean, what do you want from me?
So they make this whole harness, they use the DAI MCP, and that's it. Like they have the history because they have GitHub, but they have to put it all together themselves. Like, how does this work?
They can put it together themselves. You see where this is going. Yeah.
I think I do actually.
So we have this thing called GTM Brain that is just a really good starting point. They can just grab that and run /start. It will bootstrap up, connect you with the AI. It will set you up with your own GitHub, do all of that. You don't have to overthink it. It has the whole checklist. And then it's kind of choose your own adventure. Like if they want to plug in some knowledge base plugin, or if they want to, whatever, they see something cool on Reddit they want to try with it.
And now we have Fable, which like is basically this godlike Claude model.
Fable does not want the kinds of prompts and problems that we have come to even Opus with. It's offended. I saw this on Reddit. Somebody said, how many R's are in strawberry? And Fable was just like, you have been blessed with an audience. It described itself as godlike. It wants Jack Dorsey company level problems, existential problems, strategic problems, like I would say McKinsey problems, but
What would you say you do here?
if you want to use a frontier model of that magnitude for your business, you have to let it enter the conversation at the level of your business, at the founder, CEO, board level.
Yeah, and give it the full context. And while we're at it, like, don't be wasting your Fable tokens on email drafting.
It's total overkill. Just use a very modest model like Opus 4.8.
And Day will pay for the tokens.
We will. That's awkward.